Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Handmade. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is the 25th. Can you believe we're almost into summer? Don't mind the way I look. I fell asleep. Every time I go to watch the news, I fall asleep. So anyway, tonight's live is going to be something a little out of my comfort zone, but fun for all of us. So let me slip into the chat for just a minute, and I'll welcome everyone that's here tonight. Michelle and Day, hello, ladies, and thanks for coming. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. It helps YouTube know that you like the content that we're putting out, and that'll help get us into a good algorithm. Nanette, hello. Hey, Zaza, welcome. Rena, hello. Let me slide in as people's coming in. Hold on, I have to find my spot. Becky, hello. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, my chat jumped. Say it's okay, I stand up, but sitting, ooh, sounds like a back issue, Zaza. I get it when my sciatica. Yeah, y'all have back problems too. It just started pouring here at the Speedway. Candace, good evening, baby. How are you? Brenda, hello. Elizabeth, hello. Gay, welcome to tonight's live. Hey, Heather. Sylvia, hello. I know, right? I lay in there and that rain I'm listening to, and next thing I know, it's 2 hours later. That sofa does something to me. I don't know what it is. Yvette, hello. Susan, hello. And all the quilty friends in Donna's life, thank you for coming. Dawn, hello. Midnight Farmhouse, hello. Iriselle lady, good evening. Michelle, hello, Donna, Joe, and everyone. Yo, Patty G's in the house. June, hello and welcome. Hello, everyone listening. While I have no idea, so I skip it. Midnight Farmhouse, smash that like button, folks. It sends out to more people to be notified when Donna goes live. Thank you, Mennonites. Dawn, let me see. I'm just skimming. Kathy, hello. Mennonites, June. Okay, I'm down through everybody that's here tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of you is coming. It means the world to Joe and I. So, my phone, I'm telling you. Yes, you were hearing the echo on my side, baby. No, it was on my side. All right, so sorry, he heard an echo and stopped earlier, and that was my fault because my phone picked up. So anyway, Joe and I had went over to Joann's the other day for their last day, just to kind of like say goodbye to our local store. We knew we would not find a lot because Michelle must have been in town and cleaned us out. But all kidding aside, our store, I kid you not, it was so sad. Every wall and most of the inside, they were starting to rope off, and it was just down to, I want to say, maybe 30 feet by 30 feet roped off. You went in, there was one register, and that was it. And you walked up and just looked around just a little bit. And there was hardly anything, I kid you not. So I bought 2 packs of tape because I had to buy something. I had Joe drive me over. And then I bought the last 2 pillow forms that they had. They had 4, but the others were way little. So I was like, 90% off, you couldn't go bad. So $4 a pillow. So I thought, boy, that's a pretty good deal, right? And then I got to thinking, I'll just go ahead and cover them. These will go good on our sofa and stuff because I'll show you. Our sofa is this color. But this is the pillows that came with it. Not exactly my taste, you know what I'm saying? So I figured, I just throw a cover on it, and then when I want to go back to this, I can. Instead of doing the old-fashioned way, you get it on, you sew it up, and it's stuck on forever. And a lot of us have those comfortable pillows for our sofa that we can tuck here or tuck there, or we can put them on the sofa and do this and make our sofas look all fancy and stuff. You know? So I was like, I'll do that tonight. That gives me a chance to catch up with you all. Mindless kind of sew. If you haven't seen these done before, they're very, very easy. And it's a good way for me to connect with you because I've been gone all week. I'm here but can't chat. I'll be lurking. It's okay, Debbie. Can't make myself go back to Joann's again. Heartbreaking. Keeping the good memories. I tell you what, I wish I would. I'm glad I got the pillow forms, but I wish I wouldn't have went. I believe there's 2, maybe 3 of the employees that pulled money and asked our community for help. They did a GoFundMe, and hello, Anne Marie. And I want to put, they're going to open a little craft store. I don't know if they'll have any fabric, but they were buying up as truckloads would come in. So they'll be able to open in a few weeks. But I think it's going to be more like the beads, the actual crafting, but I don't know till they've reopened. Let me see. I love to sew. June's in the house. Praying for your sister. Yes. Let me give you an update. I took this week, my sister became very ill. She's bilateral amputee and ended up turning septic. She had multiple kidney stones and needed to have emergency surgery. So I stayed with her for a few days till she out of the ICU, and it was back and forth. I appreciate all of your prayers. They went in, put the stent, did multiple x-rays while they were in there looking and seeing what's going on because her right kidney did not work. But her left one is so full of stones, and they're really the ones that you're too big to pass. She has one that's, I think, 8 or 9 centimeters, and then the rest of them are the baby ones in there. So she became stabilized, and they were able to let her go home today, and she went home by ambulance transport, and once they get everything set up, she'll be going back in. They're going to tap her kidney from the back and go in that way, and she'll be in the hospital for a little bit for that procedure. But they have to let this septic clear up. Hello, Jess. Welcome to tonight's live. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. Thank you, guys. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And I apologize for skipping lives and skipping things I said I would do, but Joe and I, we always are family first. And I appreciate your love, compassion, and understanding. So anyway, let me get Joe to slip down on the table and I'll show you. I'm going to do 3 of these because I have 3 of these on my sofa. So I'll do 3 at one time and then I'll move on to the big one. The easiest way to tell you, if you've not done a pillow, envelope pillow for your sofas or whatever, please drop me a heart in the chat and then I know I'm talking to you. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking about, hey, you guys are amazing. Is your sister close by? She's about 30 or so minutes from me. And it's hard to get over all the time. So you take your pillow form and you measure. And this is, you go from where your seam are to seam are. So this is 20 inch by 20 inch. Easiest way to explain it. So you're going to take that measurement, your 21 by 21, and you're going to add 5 inches. So 21 and 5 inches is 26 inches. Easiest way to explain it. You're going to need it on the length side, not the width side. So you have to remember when you're doing it, you don't need it to be at 26 all the way around. You only need to be 26 inches in the one direction. So I've taken the liberty to go ahead and get my 3. That way I can streamline for these pillows and then I'll move on to the big ones. So these are already pre-cut and ready to go for me. So the easiest way is I like to, when I do these, so I never lose my center, is I put a crease in the center because I'm going to need to use that as a little landmark. I don't want to press the whole thing there. I just need that one little area That's going to show me my center straight away. So now you're going to take your, I need to move it this way because it's going to work so much quicker if I do it this way. So what you're going to do is fold over a good 1 inch. And you can eyeball this because it's okay. Trust the process. So I'm going to come down a good, I say about the 1 inch, and give it a good quick press. That's just going to give you your little line that you need. And you're going to do this on both ends. But as I'm doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and get the next step in. And you're just going to use that as your fold line and come back. Easy peasy. So let me get my pins over here. And I will leave them up here so I can talk to you guys while I'm pinning. I should have went ahead and worked ahead, but I promised I would quit doing that. So you're just going to keep eyeballing and moving right along. Thank you, ladies. Annette, Nanette, Kathy, and Candace. Okay, so all you're going to do is make sure that on the end, and that is your width, not your height. You're going to, these are so super simple. All you're going to do is press that in. It's going to give you a better look when you're complete. And you're going to do it about the 1 inch. And you're going to do this on both ends. The same thing. Fold it over for that one and then come back. And as you can see, I'll show you on this, I did not trim this off because it's not going to show for anybody. But what I will do is take that little tidbit there and I'll just give it a quick press. I'm not worried about sewing that off. I really honestly am not. That's going to be on the inside and nobody is going to see it. So I'll take the opportunity there to just go ahead. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch is going to give me my full inch. So we're going to take this and pin in a few places. I'll be doing this for a little bit, ladies. If you want to grab a pillow and practice tonight, I'm right here with you. And you can work right alongside of me while I'm doing this. And honestly, these are so simple. You're going to be blown away by how easy and quick these are. These also make perfect gifts. If you know someone that's just going to housekeeping or whatever the case may be. So now what you're going to do is just come straight along the edge and you will sew this up. So I will do that really quick. And you're going to only have to do 1/4 inch here. Make sure that you do start on, I do 2.1 when I'm doing something like this because I really like it tight. And it just makes more sense and makes the work come easy. So now you're going to flip it over. And like I said, this is not about the perfection right here. My machine has been giving me a fit today. Every time I stop, it wants to come undone. So I think all of the FPP I've been doing, it's giving me a fit. It likes to be temperamental, you know? And I told Joe, I said, if she starts acting up on me tonight, I'm going to have to stop and we'll just change the live from pillows to detailing your machine. Don't do as I do. So we're sewing right along, and this can be exact or you may eyeball it. The directions for this say do 1 inch. And as long as you're doing that fold over technique and then you fold it in half, you'll have a nice inside. And what you're going to see is this is going to make your envelope a little better. Donna, my friend's niece and nephew, love the pillows we did for them. Awesome. That is very good. So I like to give this a little press. This makes it a little bit easier. These also do good for memory pillows. My goal next week is I am working on starting the process, and it'll be a 2 or 3 week process. I start that probably Friday night, and I'm doing memory bears. So if you have anything like that you would like to do, bring those along with you, and we will be doing the memory bears. So since I'm doing 3 at once, I am going to go ahead and get those stitched in while I'm here. That'll save me a little bit of time and give anybody that's sewing along just a second to catch up, because it makes it so much easier. I like doing quilted pillows with zippers. The fun of choosing the fun zipper. Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be fun. But around here, I don't do the zippers. I like to have wrestling matches with my pillows. Trust me when I say that. I get uncomfortable and I fluff and turn all over the place. So, like I said, I'm just going to keep this going just like this. Carrie Quilts, hello, and welcome tonight. So I'm going to just keep doing the same technique. Having a squirrel moment when you said the memory bears. Yes, I really enjoy doing the memory bears. There's so many techniques that you can do when you're doing them. So I hope that next Friday night you can join me back here and we will give that a go. And I can show you my technique for making them. And I'm starting with shirts, cutting them down into usable sizes and putting a little bit of extra love into these. And I'll show you the way that I do it. Everybody has different techniques, different patterns they will be using. But I believe a Friday Night Live for that one is going to be the way I roll. If I need to, because I'm doing so many of them, for the same family, I will be, it's just going to be a long process because I'm doing so many at one time. And I'll show you and bring you along for each step of the way. And I have so many ideas for these. You know how we all squirrel, right? Yeah, I am the biggest squirrel in the world. So as I go along with it, I'd definitely be squirreling. Hello, Janine. Welcome. So all you need to do is keep it simple. You don't have to make this harder than it is. Just do your fold, because it says you need to do the 1 inch fold back. And as long as you have a nice hemline here, that honestly is what will matter, because it's going to be the finish of your quilt. Donna, don't you trim the selvage? No, sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I was in the middle of the live when I realized I did not. So therefore, it's going to be saved for the duration inside of this quilt, inside of this pillow form. You know, I love to save them because they're going to go really nice when I do my daughter's special project of the bookshelf. And it's okay to forget to do stuff sometimes, you know? You have to learn to give yourself a little bit of grace along the way. I'm listening. My eyes are closed, feeling a bit under the weather. We'll be praying for you, kiddo. Your urn is sitting on your mat. Yes. See, just like this. Yes, it is. Who said that? Yes, I have it setting just like that because space is of a premium and I don't want to have to keep reaching or behind me. So I have it sitting right there. Otherwise, I have a bad angle tonight, and I wanted to make sure that I'm able to show you every step of the way. Janine, I hope you feel better and you have a restful weekend, sweet child. So just keep unity in what you're doing there. And that is the big go-to right now. Let me see. Hello, everyone. Was folding laundry and missed the start of the live. Get it? You didn't miss anything. I tell everybody hello. And see what? Joe said it's a good thing you missed it. He heard my cell phone and thought it was on his end, and it was my cell phone. I forgot to mute it. So he'll have to cut the front off. But don't worry about it. We all mess up. He's like, no big deal. So anyway, this is the 3 that I'm working on tonight. So like I said, my crease is here, and that's going to show me the center. My directions tell me put a pin in it here because you don't want to lose your center marking. But I know how I roll, and I don't like to stick myself. So I'm going to clip instead of pin. But I just wanted to show you the technique. So you're going to find your center on both top and bottom. Must have grabbed all my clips instead. I got in the wrong bin, I tell you. So we're going to turn this over. Easy peasy. So let me move this over here, out of the way. And you're going to be amazed at how simple this is. You've got your hems basically in your center line, and you have the same measurement on each side. So what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way over to the halfway mark on the first side. This way there's no room for error. And you're going to put a clip in it there. And you're going to put a little pin in it here. Add purple border to the top of the diamonds. Ooh, you don't need to watch a massacre if you get stuck. Exactly. You know what that would be like, Zaza? It would be holy terror. And we just don't need to see that. So I'm making sure that all of my measurements are correct. So you line it up on your table exactly the way that you would like. And I needed to make sure that I had the right measurements. So I do. And this is going to leave me my little tiny fold. So I'm going to make sure that that stays there, uniform, and up here, uniform. And then all we're going to do is sew down the sides. Sounds pretty, absolutely. You guys amaze me at how good you make things look. So here's where you can backtrack, because there is going to be some pressure when you put these in, the different forms and the different ways that we do them. So backtrack it in. And that side is done. Sure, because I should have retrimmed and I did not. And don't do as I do here tonight. Don't do it. But I should have trimmed off, and I did not. So I'm going to cheat here. It should, your width and your height right now should be the same. Leanne, Diet Dr. Pepper. What are you talking about, Donna? What do you like to drink? Oh, gotcha. Diet Dr. Pepper for the win, or iced tea with honey. Iced tea is honestly becoming my new fave. Trust me when I say it's summertime, a lot of iced tea. Back tuck in here, because that's where the pressure is going to be. Instead of trim that end off, that's why I did it the sloppy way. And I'm just going to take this and cut off, because I should have done that in the beginning. You're over there humming because I have dead air. So anyway, now all you do is put your hands in and pop it out. Easy peasy. Make sure you take out any pins so no one is hurt in the making of this. What are you making? An envelope pillow. And that's what I'll be making all weekend because I have many I want to redo. It's relatively easy. All you do is take your side and get it up inside. Make sure that you do get it pushed up into the corners and it'll fit up in there really nice and snug. And then take this and do the same thing. And walla bing, walla bang. So, as you can see, they turn out very, very nicely. And that'll be the ones for in my living room. And I have other ones to make. So, 1 minute. And you do the hokey pokey. You don't trim the corners. No, you don't have to trim the corners. If you have long fingernails, you can honestly push them out. And that's the way I choose to do it. I just use my fingernail. And by the time the pillow's in the pillow form, you're not going to see anything because you stick it. All you do is push out. And this is the easiest way that I've ever seen that you can do this. And easy peasy is the way to go. Okay, let me see. So as you can see, here's my seam. I did not press this out because like I said, I need my seam line. So I'm going to do this the same way. And you have to make sure that you do have the coverage here. And I like to use my board when I'm doing this. It really helps me to, I want to say, keep at the right measurements. So here, I need these to be the exact same size on the both ends. And I know I will be trimming off on this one. So I won't do it like I did before, right? Can't believe I did that. So I'm going to do 19 inches. That way I'm getting it all in one shot. Like everything over here. That way I can just trim it and only have to do it one time. And not sew and do. They're the easiest that you'll ever make. And it's so versatile, you can change all of your stuff all the time around. And it makes it so easy. Just make sure that you do have enough room here that you're not going to have the pucker to where it's going to pucker open. You don't want to do that. So make your hem, then do your other side, and then sew straight down the side. Like I said, these are the easiest thing you can make and give your little living room or your bedroom just that little extra lift. These are so simple. And you can do these with shirts and do the memory shirts. You can do these with whatever you would like. You can dress your living room up. You can make it more simple. Just remember, measure your pillow, add 5 divided by 2, and that finds your center. And then you're going to find your center and have overlap of 2.5 inches for your center of your pillowcase, pillow form. And they wash up ever so nicely. You do the 1 inch, fold in, And walla bing, walla bang. How easy is that? Awesome. Something for your minions to beat each other with, yes. You know, and if they spill something, it's easy to pop off. Someone asked me if I don't push out my corners. I really do. But I do it simple with my fingernail. And just pokey pokey. And then these are ready to go, and they will go downstairs to my living room. And I didn't bring up all the pillows. It would be silly for me to say, Joe, run and get me all the pillows when I can just do it when I go down. So that's another one. We'll do this one, and then we'll get to the big ones, right? Right, Heather, hopefully nothing hard inside. You never know with my crew. I'm telling you, you never know. The key thing is find your center and do your folds. You can't go wrong with that. You really, really can't. So bring them over. Line one up on your fold. And then bring this one. This way you have everything lined up the way you need. And this is where I start to maneuver. I like to do this on my mat because this way I can pin on one side, flip the mat, flip it over, and then I have the same measurements on the opposite side. Here I will clip, fold over, make sure that I have everything nice and tidy. Make sure it's laying flat. Look at how much you have here that you're folding over because your pillow is going to pucker up just a little bit. Now I need that cut off. So I will fold this up and just line straight up, and we will trim that off. So now I'm going to keep it very simple, sew down both sides. And we don't want it to look like a bloodbath, not at all. Back tack in. Anywhere that you think you're going to have pressure on your seam, back tack it in. Back tack it here for sure. And where the other one fits in, you want to make sure that you do back tack there as well. Like I said, this is one of those sews tonight that's more let's talk, catch up, and if anybody has any questions, now is the time to ask in the chat. And it'll make it so much easier. We have back tacked all the way, and we will flip this out once again. Something your minions, yes. Minions, we all have them. I have to, wait a minute. I have to have a zip on mine, or Hugo will pull the cushion up and shred it. Can you imagine? Asshole. You're too funny, Zaza. You are very funny, my friend. So just make sure that you're taking your hand in those seams if you're worried about them. Once your pillow form is in, you won't have to worry about it. And make sure that you are sticking these up. Mama J asked a question, so let me go back. If you use a heavier fabric than quilting cotton, do you need to make it a bit larger? I would go an extra inch larger if you're using a heavier fabric. I've seen these done so many ways. This in particular is quilting cotton. And it's just what I pulled because it matches my living room. But I would say yes, because if it's a heavier, then you have to wonder and worry and think, let me see. I do believe that it's going to need to be a little bit heavier. Mennonite, are you actually asking me about food in this chat? You're cracking me up. Surprise me. I don't like bologna, so surprise me. So I have these two cut. I know that with my pillow form, I'm not going to measure because it says it's 27. So it's 27 and this is extra puffy. So that needs to tell you something. It's going to be extra, I would say instead of 27, I would do like, let me show you. This is very firm. So even though it's 27 by 27, I would say I would add an inch or so because you want to make it, let's say, a lot easier to do. So this here is my favorite. I really love this fabric. So I'm going to show you a simple way. Everybody knows Donna loves blue. Can't help myself, right? LOL. Hello, everyone. Hi, Tracy Lewis. Yes. Hello, hello. So this is leftover from when I covered my chair, covered my wall, covered my body. Whatever. So this one here is 21, and I know I need. So remember, take 27 and add 5. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I need it to be 32 inches wide. So let's do this. I have usable fabric here of 21. And what did I say it needed to be? Huh? You're confusing me. Okay, the pillow forms 27. I have to add 5. That brings 31. $32 is going to be my total. Okay, divide 32 in half. 18. Okay, so my halfway point is going to be 16. That's what I needed. Okay, so this needs to be, anybody that knows me knows right now I have math issues with my head. So this one I'm going to show you straight from scratch. This one 21. So I need to add so 11. Give me a second while I do this so I know what I'm doing. One. So I know I needed to add that. So now I'm going to take this because I want this to be in the center. So is this way to do that? Is I'm going to go 5.5. That way I can come up both sides. You're getting to see Donna's brain work crazy, right? Thank you guys. The math in my head today. So what I'm going to do to make mine fit nice and tidy is I'm going to come along the sides. And just sew this in. So what's everybody's weekend look like? Hopefully a good one, right? This will make it really pretty. I do believe. I like to put different prints together. Hey, Teresa 32, thank you guys. The blue pattern is a bit trippy. Yeah, it is, isn't it? This is what I have on my chair, and I had it on my design wall as well, and I was like, ooh, that's a little bit much because look, but it's okay. I can take it. Anytime I have anything blue, yeah, I'm good. Mine will be warm and quiet. We'll be sewing. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow my day will be here at home, stitching up a storm, trying to play catch up, and then pack up. So, are you all in your areas calling for the rain like Joe and I? We are really calling to get hammered. I know we're going to get a real nasty storm. It started earlier. I am doing Tammy's Zoom retreat. Oh, cool. That'll be fun. Doctor and then grocery shopping. I get it. But I think that'll turn it down to just a smidge. I'm getting the shower room done next week and cleaning the hall adjoining and doing the walls, I think she's saying. It just rained here. That's probably helping down there. That's what I was trying to tell you today. That this rain is going to really be helpful. So just keep your seams. I'm pushing them up. And honestly, that would be just fine going that way. You okay? That is pretty fabric combination. Something different. This, I believe, will tone some of this down. But my whole house is honestly all earth tone. They can tell you everything's like earth tone, so I'm trying to bring some life to it. LOL, it goes with your nails. Yeah, kind of. Warm went to 60, yeah. Okay, so... Just love this. It doesn't slide on me and keeps everything nice and tight. Hello, Donna. Hey, Shelly. Dave, thank you. Might just be supervising. I have a 2-hour trip to go to a quilt show tomorrow and then possibly a quilt shop that's having a sale. Ooh. I hope you do feel better. All depends on whether or not Don't push it. Don't push yourself, baby. So we've got this all lined up. So we're going to go back to where we were before. We're going to do our roll here. The directions always say go 1 inch. I'm getting ripped back to the studs, so mess and plaster will be fun. Bag up all of your fabric, Zaza. Because no matter how much you think you don't need to, that dust, man, it gets everywhere. You'll find it for years to come. No kidding. Joe and I are, we could tell you all about it. Absolutely. This one here. I'm going to do this one just a little bit different because I want that side to be stiff going in. And these are yours to do as you choose, but honestly, do the 1 inch, then you're going to fold it over the 1/2 inch, and it just gives you the nice tidy finish. I really do like the way these colors play well together. I'm selling off my sewing. What? I'm sealing off. I thought you said sewing off. And I was. She say sealing, but I thought she said selling. That's why I panic. Trying to help myself by going to bed early tonight, so probably right after Donna's live, I'm lights out. You need some rest, baby girl. Don't push yourself. Not at all. Don't you need the blue on the other? No, I don't. Because I'm doing it. I only needed the blue on the one side, and I could honestly slice this in half and do the blue on the other as well. But I don't need to do that. But thank you for the reminder. I'm trying to give it a unique look. Not that anybody's going to break in the house and steal my pillows, you know? But it's just going to give it another look. Because I needed to have the full 31 inches, remember, with the fluff. So if I put the other on the other side, it's going to make it too much. So now, the panic in your voice, Donna. Sorry, man, you scare me, Zaza. You really scared me. Too much. Don't do it. Multitasking, mix the parts. Okay, so here is the center. And you do this the same way. You fold this over to the center. Then you're going to bring this one. And you're going to have a few inches over. You want to make sure that you've got enough room in here for this pillow form to needs to be 5. I have to measure. I'm a measuring fool, I tell you. So that has to be, I'm using my mat, 4 inches. Tasha, hello, sweetheart. Hi, everyone else, multitasking. So I'm missing parts. It's okay. It's okay. And then we're going to bring this down. And we're going to keep it all straight, nice and tidy. You want to make sure that you do have a good 4 inches here, so when your pillow's in, it doesn't look like it's been shoved in and it's going to explode. You don't want that. And you're going to want to pin right in the center because you don't want it to shift on you while you're sewing. And these are big pillows, so that's why it looks like, oh my goodness, she has so much going on there. Yeah, I do. You can do 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch here. I'm choosing to do the 1/4 because it just seems to work for me. And then anywhere I know I'm going to have that pressure from putting the pillow form in, I am backpacking along the way. And a backpack there. Slide it around. You made it so simple. This is the easiest way that I can show anybody. I've seen so many people do it, and it just doesn't click, or it looks so complicated. It's really not. It's really not. It's as complicated as you choose to make it. But this is honestly the easiest way to do this, that it's going to allow you room for grace. If you've measured 1/2 inch off or 1/4 inch, or you want to change up your colors, this gives you the ability to do so. The sky is the limit here. Let me get a sip of my tonic and I'll flip this out and we'll see if I did it right. Sorry guys, dry lips, dry throat. So do like I showed you before. You grab these. You don't need to trim those corners. And just flip it out. Do the same on this side. Flip it out. Take and I use my nail, but you can use anything that's not going to poke through. And I just poke, and then I take my hands along that seams, because once the pillow's in there, you're not going to be worried about that too much. And when you're putting your pillow form in, you always make sure you get it shoved up into the corners. And this is the pocket that's going to close over. So when I'm stuffing mine, I like to, it doesn't really matter, it just works in my head. Open it up this way. And it's kind of like it needs a good job. And let me do that one there. I will beat myself up. This one here has a little more give. That one's too firm. But this way I can show you. See how this one bends for me? The other one is very stiff. I have to have Joe come help me. But I'll make it the same way. And you just make sure that you're getting it up into the corners. And just poke them up in. That's all you do. I don't keep my tags on, as you probably all don't either. It's when you're sitting down, you don't want to hear that. So I take this time to cut them off. And then I will just stuff this around. And get them up in those corners. That way it feels out very, very nice. And as you can see, that closed up so nice. And one washing, and honestly, the puffy will tighten up a little bit. So I do think this is the easiest style to make. You can change it up however you wish, but it's so easy. I would do these even for beds, you know what I'm saying? Because I think we all have that problem where our pillowcases slide off the beds. Your pillow slides out of its pillowcase. This would be a simple way to keep it inside. Let me see. Hi, Katie. Welcome, welcome. Stuff it. Just stuff it. Is anyone else hear music? Joe plays music in the background because he doesn't want me to have dead air. So you should hear something from the golden oldies. So does that make sense to you, the way that I chose to do that? I hope so. But that was nice and easy. And it just came together really nice. That's what I like about those. So let me see what time. I can do one more if you guys want to hang. My kids' game is loud, but not that loud. You're too funny. So this is the same. I'm going to take it off. Not hearing music. He probably only plays it when I go quiet. Oh, you shut it off. You have him thinking they're... He said, no, you won't hear it now. He shut it off. He forgot it was on. Oh, he said when I sew, he turns it on so that you have something to listen to. So I think that was so very easy. Thank you, Donna. As I was thinking, I was hearing things. No, you were not hearing things. So anyway, I need to get this back over here. No, we're all good. No one was hearing anything. Joe was being so sweet for us. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a fun Friday night. And, excuse me. I had to a little bit. I hope that tonight I was able to show you something that was very useful for you. It was fun and easy to sew, and that I will see you guys back here Sunday morning when I do something fun for all of you. You never know what you're going to get. Thank you, Donna, for sharing with us. You're quite welcome. And thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me for just a little bit. You guys take care. God bless. Have a fabulous night. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I see you back here on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.